Coming up next, Weeknight with Ellie Muller. That's right, it's coming up next on the one and only Nick at Night. When late night TV breaks, we fix it. From the gorgeous YouTube dojo. And yes, we know that ice is dangerous, slippery, and freezing. It's Weeknight with Ellie Muller. And now, a man who is going to talk about ice tonight. Oh boy, here we go again. Don't slip and fall. What are we gonna do? He is the one and only Mr. Ellie Muller. Hi, welcome to Weeknight Update. My name is Ellie Muller. What's up? All right. The theme song was composed by David Mertens Piano and Anthony Shoutout Spotlight was an opening, and Tori's Gaming Spot are responsible for some of the things that you will see in here on this program tonight, and they are some of our Shoutout Spotlight was tonight, along with Eva Amity, grandmother, and has-been Hotel Band 2004. Hopefully she'll return to this program very, very soon. RKG, the Dream Luke Oil Fangirl, Never Power 9, The Podcast, The Power Academy Show, Power Academy, The 11 Podcast, Late Night Play Set, Vicky Gandhi, Luca Uki, Pierre Kelly, Pierre's Nostalgia Corner, Phil Gibson, Marvin Maya, Dark World Studios, Cassie Dragon, Sophie Dragon, or The Eclipse Joe Wild 8, the Legacy Hero. Please check all those people out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's find out what's up, huh? What's up with ice? Something that will always be cold. It will also continue to be slippery, but let's stay focused. Now, Antarctica's ice sheets are melting so quickly right now that the thought of global warming destroying us is haunting all the researchers. Uh-oh. Start recycling! Now hold on. In Minnesota, a lot of people are trying to get rid of the ice dams. That's right. The weather over there has gotten so cold lately that the ice dams are being developed before everyone's eyes. Wow. Just wow. Oh boy, that's just plain wow. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for yet another Top 8 List. MP, Gregors, let's go. You got boss science category top 8 things that everyone still calls ice. Number 8, cold. Number 7, freezing. Number 6, dangerous. Number 5, slippery. Number 4, insane. Number 3, crazy. Number 2, jumpy. And number 1, goofy. Do we need to say anything else? No, we do not. Alright, then let's move on. Good idea. Thank you very much, boys. You know the drill. Hashtag Weeknight Update. Hashtag Elrow for Late Night. Hashtag Elrow for Adult Room. Hashtag Spread Love and hashtag Autism is awesome. Get those hashtags and spread on social media, please. Wherever I like this thing, subscribe and vote, share, and tap the comment section down below. Whatever you do, please do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with the in-between monologue, Toy Story, the VHS Spotlight, the moment for everyone, all the time, random advice, and this week's Countdown of the Week question. Remember, this is still Weeknight Update, and now here it is, your Valentine.
When a girl checks her phone, a guy says nothing. When a guy checks his phone, a girl says, "Who are you texting? Why? Do you love her? Can we date?"
Nick at Night is comfy as your favorite jeans, the ones that fit just right. Comfy, 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 that's Nick at Night.
A lot of advertisers tell you to shop around for carpeting. Shop everybody else first, they say, then shop us. Well, at Empire, we say shop us first, You'll save a lot of time. You won't get a better value anywhere else. You won't get 72-hour delivery either. You won't get a free Bissell shampoo, and you won't get Empire's great credit terms. If you want the best price on good brand name carpeting delivered in 72 hours, you got to come to Empire. So why not call us first?
588-2300 Empire.
Thousands of savings and two guys. No matter what you're looking for, you're gonna find it at Two Guys Discount Department Store.
Get a new kitchen helper with the Osterizer 10-speed dual-range blender. Its big 5-cup container opens at both ends for easy cleaning, now only $21.97. Sewing, sleeves, hems, and buttons need not trouble you any longer when you get this free-arm zigzag machine from Brother. The complete machine does it all without attachments. A low $99.97 through Sunday at Two Guys.
Beep, 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 beep.
Welcome back to Weeknight Update. Toys Gaming Spot will have another story for everyone in a few moments. But first, it's time for the in-between monologue. Everyone knows that ice is just solid water that floats because its crystalline structure, or crystalline structure, makes it less dense than liquid water. I mean, come on! Bill Nye talked about that on PBS in the 1990s. Now, scientists say that there are 18 forms of ice. The planet Earth only has one form of ice, ice IH, or ice 1H. Now here's the big $400,000 question. What are the other forms of ice? I bet that either Bill Nye or Neil deGrasse Tyson will talk about that in the not too distant future. Now, the ice sheets in Antarctica and Greenland hold so much ice and frozen water that if those ice sheets melt, then the sea levels will go up by at least 60 meters. That's something that Bill Nye didn't talk about on PBS. Now, Earth has seen at least 5 ice ages over the years. Let's hope that there won't be a 6th. If we get another one, then we're doomed. Finally, to cool everyone off in the theaters in the 19th century, the people who worked there had to use large ice blocks. And if the ice blocks melted, then people had to call them blockbusters. Now we just call successful movies blockbusters. Yeah, we have to call successful movies blockbusters now. So we can blame the 19th century theaters for changing Hollywood. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Tori's Gaming Spot is in the newsroom right now. That means that it's time for Tori's story. All right, Tori, take it away.
Hey guys, Tori Mullins here, and welcome back to Tori's story. So the next story I'm going to be telling you is about ice. And here's the story. Once upon a time, in the days before the freezer and fridge, there was the need for ice in people's homes to keep food cold and fresh. The first ice companion... The first ice companies in the 19s cut ice from frozen lakes and delivered it to homes for a fee. of course, you had to live in a cold climate or winter needed to do its magic for this to happen. This was Ice 1.0, then Ice 2.0. This was Ice 1.0, then Ice 2.0 came in the form of ice factories that then could make ice year round in any climate, and they would also deliver it in blocks to people's homes. This put the Ice 1.0 companies out of business, and then came the appliance companies who created a box that ran on electricity in people's homes and kept things uncool or freeze and kept food fresh. This put the ice factories out of business. Refrigerators were Ice 3.0. As the parable goes, the same companies who cut the ice from lakes did not make the leap into factories. Also true, the warehouse companies who made and delivered factory ice did not make the innovative leap into making refrigerators. This is business, Darwinism, but the difference is businesses often have a choice in the seeing and making of their own future. In hindsight, the lessons are seemingly clear and obvious. Companies need to evolve or perish at the hands of innovation from other companies and the ever evolving needs of customers. They need to jump the curve in their offering and their brand to stay relevant and stay in business. The end. That's the story about ice. So stay tuned where I tell the next story. Bye, guys.
Thank you very much, Troy. That was wonderful. Hey, it's time for the VHS Spotlight. Anthony, what's the VHS tape that you want to talk about this time?
It's your favorite YouTuber, and your Pop Gold, Midnight Hours, #1 YouTuber, Midnight Hours movie Weatherman. I'll be doing my VHS Spotlight episode for Connie Muller, and this is Real Genius. Now, Real Genius came out in 1985. The tape came out in 1986. I got that Deep Cut Records. It saw the late Val Kilmer. And it's a good tape. Real Genius. Real Genius is a good movie. Real Genius. As part of the Columbia RCA thing. Good tape. It's from Video Playback. When I think about this movie, it's a real fun movie. Real Genius. Let me put that back. There you go. Real Genius. Well, I'll tell you what it has in the Real Genius VHS. It has the FBI warning. No. The coming attraction. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Byline. The TriStar logo, the star of the movie, has the end credits. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. The Bride trailer. the Silverado trailer, the licensed Colombian thing, had the black screen at blue screen of death. What do you think about Real Genius? It's a good movie and everything. Yeah, so yeah. Real Genius on a scale of 199, I just won 100. And R.I.P. Val Kilmer. Now please subscribe to my YouTube channel and show Pop Culture. Midnight Hours, #1 YouTube woman, Midnight Hours movie women. Follow me on Instagram, Daily Motion, Blue Sky, my Pixel Red, my Facebook Lite, my Rumble, share with friend. No, click on notification when I do come on for fun. So far, I have 13K subs. The order 2K subs continue. You can follow me on community tab. I do a podcast on Podbean. That'll be up this week on it. And yeah, what'd you think about Real Genius in the comments? I just want to wish everybody happy Martin Luther King Day, y'all. Happy Martin Luther King Day, y'all. And what'd you think about Real Genius? So yeah, y'all, Real Genius, excuse me, is a real good movie. That's my episode on Congy Miller's episode 4, y'all. So yeah, y'all. So yeah. Thank you, Congy Miller. Anthony, out!
Thank you very much, Anthony. That was fantastic. Woo! Who knew that VHS tapes have been around since the 80s? I mean, woo! That's very fascinating. Hey, let's have a moment for everyone, huh? Dealing with ice in the winter is not easy. Now, I have talked about slipping on ice several times before, and guess what? I have another story about that for you. This time, it's about how close I once came to falling on the ice. If I lay to the top and so you know I'm about to bring it up. Hey, you know I'm about to bring it up. Come on. Okay, I'll stop. Now, I was walking my dog Rico with my family on a very cold day, and there was ice all over the sidewalk. I was very scared, so I walked very carefully. Of course, that was a big mistake because I ended up slipping. Of course, that was a big mistake because I slipped anyway. Now, I almost fell, but I held on to a gate for balance. So that was a very close call. You see, that's why everyone has to be careful on the ice. You don't want to be hurt, and you don't want to go through what I went through either. Okay? So, come on. I know that was very short, but come on. Give me a break, huh? It's the beginning of the week. Man, how about a little talking time? Here we go. Remember earlier? Now, you folks remember when I briefly mentioned that Antarctica has so much ice that if the ice over there melts, then the sea levels would rise? Well, this article actually talks about that. And this is pretty dicey. It has lost about 843 billion tons of mass every year since the beginning of the century. Now, you would think that that's not a lot, but you have to keep this in mind. Alright, Antarctica has more than 70 ice shelves. That's right. And those 70 ice shelves extend the continent's vast ice sheet over the ocean. I mean, it extends it across the ocean. I mean, it extends it out over the ocean. Can you imagine having something like that? I mean, it covers 1.5 million square kilometers. I mean, woo! Now, if global heating of the ocean melts all those ice sheets, then the global sea levels will become unstable, allowing the ice sheet to slide faster into the ocean, pushing up sea levels by several meters, and get us one step closer to the end of civilization. I hope that we won't get too far, because that will be a huge... I hope that won't happen for a long time, because that would be a huge nightmare. I don't need to tell you why it would be a huge nightmare, because you already know. Now, in Minnesota, everyone is worried about the ice dams. That's right, because of the frigid temperatures over there, ice dams are now being formed and now be found on every roof in Minnesota. My goodness gracious. And here's something else. People are already trying to figure out how they can get rid of the ice dams. And you better heat your homes up, because this is getting ridiculous now. Come on now. Oh boy. Oh boy. How about some random advice for the world, huh? If you see a lot of ice on the sidewalk, then you should put a lot of rock salt on the sidewalk. How much rock salt should you put on the sidewalk? At least 3 bowls of it. Putting ice cubes in your water when it's hot outside is fine. But licking ice when you are outside in the cold is just plain ridiculous. Remember that. If someone slips on ice during an episode of your favorite show, then ask yourself one question. Why are some people so reckless and dangerous? And finally, if a melting iceberg lands in the ocean, they need to start recycling, because the world's getting crazy right now. Well, it's the beginning of another week, and that means it's time for us to go over this week's Comment of the Week question. This week's Comment of the Week question is, what do you think is more addicting? French fries, cheeseburgers, or ranch dressing? Go over to the post section of my YouTube channel page and answer that question as honestly and as thoughtfully as you can. That's it for tonight, but you and I will talk about TV remotes. Wednesday we'll talk about French fries. Thursday we'll talk about cheeseburgers. And then we'll talk about ranch dressing on Friday. Tori's Gaming Spot will be here all week. And GDQ YouTuber, aka GDQ Candy Bar Tunes, Small Chocolate and Christian Faces will be here on Friday. Well, Eva Amity, Greg Mullen has been a hotel fan 2004. Will be here this week as well. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Well, that's it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, that's the news, and I am Outski 4x4.
Nick at Night is comfy as your favorite jeans, the ones that fit just right. Comfy, 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 that's Nick at Night.